Does a 9 to 11% possible annual return sound right for you? What if you could have a secure investment that's not affected by inflation, interest rates, bank collapses, or market crashes? With agents having more than 30 years experience in this sector, 1850 Financial can help. They could deliver an annual 9 to 11% return with no market risk, and most IRAs and 401ks are eligible. With 1850 Financial, they expect a secure investment without exposing your principal to market risk. So if the market crashes, your money is never at risk. Again, most IRAs and 401ks are eligible. Thousands of people have found financial security and stability using this proven strategy. To take advantage of this opportunity where you can earn a 9 to 11% annual return, and to see if you qualify, call 1850 Financial at 844-703-0000. That's 844-703-0000.
Men, do you suffer from erectile dysfunction or Peyronie's disease? Has Viagra stopped working? Most ED cases are caused by plaque buildup, which causes blockages and restricts blood flow. Even Viagra can't get through. But thanks to the doctors at West Coast Men's Health, a revolutionary medical procedure is now available. Using acoustic wave therapy, this non-invasive, pain-free treatment breaks down plaque, restores blood flow, potentially reversing ED for good. And women, if your man has ED, talk to him about acoustic wave therapy and how West Coast Men's Health can help, regardless of age or medical history.
With clinics in San Mateo, Pleasanton, Walnut Creek, and Elk Grove, call 650-649-7944. That's 650-649-7944. 650-649-7944. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Welcome to the Real Estate Minute with RE/MAX expert, Michael Hatfield. Michael, what traits should we look for in selecting an agent?
Look for a deal maker with a positive attitude who will work tirelessly for you. An agent who is adept in multiple offer situations, drafting contracts, marketing and advertising a client's home, is familiar with multiple cultures, experienced in mortgage financing, inspections, and escrow, is a huge asset to his client.
What can you do as a plus for clients?
Your agent is your eyes and your ears, one who works behind the scenes on your behalf. A great attitude, working well with others, and keeping clients' priorities number one is a given for us.
Call 925-322-7775 now to schedule an appointment or complimentary home analysis. For excellence in real estate, call the Michael Hatfield RE/MAX team at 925-322-7775 or go to michaelhatfieldhomes.com. DRE01493761.
Are you an individual or business owner facing heavy burden of back taxes, levies, and speech garnishments? So many of life's challenges can take a toll on your financial well-being and ability to keep up with taxes. Visit AmericaFirstTaxGroup.com/Bongino and get help today. The IRS has eliminated over $1 billion in tax penalties and interest for back tax. America First Tax Group is here to help you claim your share of these billions in tax relief before the IRS can claim the government's share. Go to AmericaFirstTaxGroup.com/Bongino. The IRS has a lot of people working to collect your money, but it's time to turn the table. AmericaFirstTaxGroup.com/Bongino. America First Tax Group is a full-service tax boutique that puts clients first. They understand the stress of dealing with tax problems and will be your guide through the process. AmericaFirstTaxGroup.com/Bongino. Don't wait. Time is of the essence. Visit AmericaFirstTaxGroup.com/Bongino or call America First Tax Group now at 800-507-0466. That's 800-507-0466.
You're listening to the Dan Bongino Show on the Bay Area's home for conservative talk on your radio and smart speaker at 560 KSFO.
Turn it up to make sure your liberal neighbors finally hear some common sense. The Dan Bongino Show.
So I really hope and pray today's show is gonna help. It's gonna help in the search for actual truth. Not some metaphysical truth or like ayahuasca truth or like magic mushrooms truth. That's all great. Do your thing. Whatever. But I mean like actual truth. Actual truth are things like 3 + 3 = 6. Like Russia collusion did not happen. The investigated. And these are actual true facts based on data points, data sets, and historical events that did or didn't happen. But there's a trap being set for you. Because we, rightfully so, do not trust the left-wing media based on the fact that they've lied to us about collusion, COVID, masks, and Hunter's laptop and everything else. there's kind of a counter-revolution going on, and almost a tendency a little bit on our side, because we so distrust the left, and we have to be candid here, for some of us to kind of overreact and lead to the opposite conclusion. And this is dangerous. And what it does is it creates this really pernicious kind of ugly situation where the left lies to us all the time. We respond by instinct, thinking the exact opposite is true of what they say. But they were setting us up to get us to jump to a conclusion to say, look, it's not us who lie, it's them who lie. It's a trap. It is a trap. That's why this Bongino rule I talk about all the time, which it's kind of a joke, it's really just common sense. That's why I beg you to apply the Bongino rule to your life, which is give it 24 to 72 hours. In any anti-Trump story, a terror attack, before you draw a firm conclusion about what actually happened. Because that's that critical period where the story's going to change 100 times. There's a headline in Rolling Stone, didn't they pay over $1 million defamation fees? And that's the same one, right? New York Times, Rolling Stone to pay $1.65 million in fraternity over discredited rape story. Same Rolling Stone. They were already calling out, quote, conspiracy theories about the Baltimore Bridge collapse. This is where the trap jumps. Don't ever jump to conclusions early and violate the Bongino rule. You're making a huge mistake. But second, don't be afraid of asking questions either. Don't fall in either one of them. There's a way down the middle. Hey, now that we're launching into the general election season, Patriot Mobile wants to celebrate with a special offer. Just in case you haven't made the switch yet. Until March 31st, you can get a free month of service when you switch to Patriot Mobile. All you need to do is stop procrastinating, go to patriotmobile.com/Dan and use the offer code SPRING24. That's it. It's really that easy. Patriot Mobile offers dependable nationwide coverage, giving you the ability to access all three major networks, which means you get the same coverage you've been accustomed to without funding the left. When you switch to Patriot Mobile, you're supporting a company that believes in free speech, religious freedom, the sanctity of life, the Second Amendment, our veterans, our military, and our first responder heroes. Their 100% U.S.-based customer service team makes switching easy. Keep your number, keep your phone, or upgrade. The team will help you find the best plan for you. So get your free month of service today at patriotmobile.com/Dan or call 972-PATRIOT. Get a free month of service when you use the offer code SPRING24. That's patriotmobile.com/Dan, patriotmobile.com/Dan, or call 972-PATRIOT.
You're listening to the Dan Bongino Show on the Bay Area's home for conservative talk on your radio and smart speaker at 560 KSFO.
We'll take a look at KSFO traffic.
Look out in Mountain View. We still have this crash southbound 85 before Central Expressway. Two cars tying up the middle of the roadway there. Heavy and slow from Moffett Boulevard. Fremont, it's a fender bender southbound 880 just past Stevenson. It's off to the right side. Bay Bridge, heavy and slow from the 880 overcrossing. Slow from the island to 101. That's traffic. I'm Elaine Leung.
This report is sponsored by Caltrans Clean California. Would you like your community to be recognized as a beautiful and clean place to live? Help the place you love become a designated Clean California community. Take the pledge today at cleanca.com. Zero litter is the goal.
What do you do if you can't pay your taxes? Turn your tax problems over to us so we can negotiate with the government for you. And in almost all cases, you don't have to deal with the government. Take advantage of all your qualified options, like offering a compromise, pay only part of what you owe, either in monthly installments or one payment. Monthly payment plan that works for you is acceptable to the government. Penalty forgiveness, hardship deferral. The government leaves you alone until you overcome your challenge, such as job or business loss, illness, or other situation. Innocent spouse. If your former spouse causes tax problem, shift it to them where it belongs, or other individual solutions. We discuss your case with you so you'll have a complete understanding of how we plan to help you. We'll work with your current year situation before it becomes a tax problem, because we want to put a final end to all your tax problems. Call Moskowitz LLP at 888-TAX-DEAL. That's 888-TAX-DEAL. 888-TAX-DEAL or MoskowitzLLP.com. MoskowItzLLP.com.
Matt Coker here from West Coast Men's Health. Guys, Viagra is not the answer for your problem. I know you think it is, but Viagra has horrible side effects, and for most men, the longer you're on it, the less it works. Viagra is not a curative medication. It's not fixing your problem. It's a Band-Aid for a shark bite. Acoustic wave therapy is the newest technology that can correct your problem, not just treat it. We can do something that no pill can do. We can restore your blood flow naturally. Get off Viagra today. Change your life like the thousands of men who already have, regardless of your age or your medical history. If you're tired of dealing with Peyronie's disease or erectile dysfunction, then call West Coast Men's Health today.
With clinics in San Mateo, Pleasanton, Walnut Creek, and Elk Grove, call 650-649-7944. That's 650-649-7944. 650-649-7944. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
What do knee, neck, back, and joint pain all have in common? Inflammation. All these lead to weight gain or prevent weight loss, even with diet and exercise. Whether you need to lose weight, qualify for surgery, or seek alternative treatment options to dangerous drugs and surgery, Dr. Filippini has decades of proven success. Dr. Filippini uses FDA-cleared equipment and enjoys a 90% plus success rate, reducing or eliminating pain. His typical patient loses up to half a pound to a full pound every day with no exercise. If you don't need to lose weight, he has programs that heal and regenerate knee cartilage, bulging and herniated discs, and reduce inflammation throughout the whole body. He can address any or all these issues to help you attain the health you never thought possible. To schedule your no-risk consultation for only $59, call today at 866-311-5306 or online at DanvillePainAndWellness.com. That's 866-311-5306 or DanvillePainAndWellness.com. Everyone has a community, a neighborhood, school, place of worship, or other chosen groups. Communities can provide support when you need it, including helping your kids avoid underage drinking and other substance use. Learn more at talkbayhearyou.samhsa.gov.
You're listening to the Dan Bongino Show on the Bay Area's home for conservative talk on your radio and smart speaker at 560 KSFO.
Be heard. Call 844-4 the USA now to let Dan know what you think. 844-484-3872. The Dan Bongino Show.
Did we miss a week with our shout out to Alabama Dale? I feel like it's been a while. Because he is the Baron of Birmingham, the Duke, though the very important, the aristocrat from Auburn. Gotta take care of that. And the monarch from Mobile, did I get man? I feel like we missed that. Folks, truth. There is a truth out there. One of the greatest weapons liberals have used rhetorically against us over the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years is this idea that there's your truth and my truth. Now, I know you haven't fallen for it, but a lot of your kids in college... No, I'm not in college. A lot of them are being indoctrinated into this subjective reality, that there's a series of different truths out there. Throw that in the garbage. That's juvenile, immature stupidity. That's how the media gets away with, by the way. Oh, NBC, we're the network of truth. But you guys lied about the collusion hoax, COVID, the vaccines. I have the audio coming up for you. I can prove it. Well, that was our truth at the time. But it wasn't true. So therefore, there's no truth at the time. Correct? There's a search for truth. But if you're in the process of searching for the truth, then you don't know the truth. I mean, this is not an insignificant rhetorical debate where I'm wasting your time. Your kids are going to come home with this one day, and you need to be able to challenge it with real-world examples right away. Here's a perfect example. Here's a random math equation. Try to figure this out. A plus C plus F plus M minus Y minus D plus A squared equals 9. Give me all those variables. You're going to be like, no one knows the answer. That's ridiculous. That's stupid. I think even the quadratic equation, you're lucky to get two variables at the same time. You got to give me the data first. What's A? What's C? What's D? I need the numbers. Okay. That's how sane people should process news. What happened at the bridge yesterday? I don't know. I'll wait for A, and M, and F, and X, and Z, and then I'll find out what equals, correct? It's called the search for a truth. Because there is a truth because something happened. Something happened. What is that thing? Was it an accident? Maybe. Was it deliberate? Possibly. I don't think so. The weight of the evidence doesn't go in that direction. But you've got two sides of this now. You've got one side eviscerating their credibility by throwing stuff out there, variables that just aren't true. Oh, Y is 3. Actually, it's not. That's not what Y is at all. You got the totally wrong input. And if you've got the wrong input, you're going to get the wrong output. If you're trying to get to 9, and the equation is 3 plus 3 plus X, and I give you an input of 5, you're not getting to 9. So the Bongino rule is the process of waiting for inputs. Because then you'll never be wrong with the wrong output. Because, folks, I've got really bad news for you. Really bad news for you. You are never going to get any leeway, and the left will. But that's not fair. It isn't. It isn't. You're correct. But it's true. A lot of you out there have big followings on Twitter, social media. Some of you out there, you probably don't even know it. Back in the old days of just ABC, NBC, CBS, Rush Limbaugh, and local news, some of you out there on Twitter probably have audiences on social media. Jim, you can probably vouch for me here. Probably as large as local news stations had 20 and 30 years ago. You do. You don't even know it. Some of you have 10, 15,000 engaged followers. You are important. Social media has democratized information exchange. Folks, they will eviscerate your credibility the minute you get something wrong. That doesn't apply to liberals. I get it's not fair. I'm not telling you it is. I'm simply telling you the left can lie about everything. Collusion, the laptop, COVID, lab leaks. It doesn't matter. Biolabs in Ukraine. The left doesn't live by a standard of truth. You see where I'm going with this? They live by a standard of their truth. They will always come back and say, well, it was my truth at the time. Well, then it wasn't true. Because there is no truth at the time. 3 plus 3 equals 6. Yesterday, tomorrow, 20 years ago, and 100,000 years in the future. What happened yesterday happened. Something happened. Based on the weight of the evidence available now, it appears to have been an accident. But nobody knows that. So anybody telling you like, oh man, this was definitely a terror attack, I'm sorry. They're not telling you the truth. They're giving you an opinion. And you got to back it up. But your inputs better be correct. And the other jerkwads on the other side, on the left, like Rolling Stone. Here's an actual headline from yesterday. Brian Bort. Right-wingers are already pushing conspiracy theories about Baltimore bridge collapse. He's saying that it's a conspiracy theory that this may have been a cyber attack. Here's the crazy thing about the left. They don't know it wasn't either. We don't know that yet. We know the evidence doesn't point there, but that doesn't mean it's true. You told us the same thing about the PP hoax. No, there's a PP tape, Donald Trump. Hookers, PP stuff. Oh, really? Really? How do we know that? Joey Bag of Donuts told me. Has anyone actually seen it? So that's not actually true. You're telling me you have evidence, but you haven't reached a conclusion. Because the conclusion is true, correct? Folks, time is your friend in things like this. There is no immediate need to rush to a conclusion on this story. But do not be cowed either about asking questions. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you asking your elected representative or some radio host, hey, what do you think? You think it could have been a cyber attack? Don't be afraid of these left wingers. They're going to call you a conspiracy theorist. Who gives a damn? These are the same people who told you to put a diaper on your face. Who cares what they say? I was an agent in the security space. I see a major catastrophic incident like this, It's going to have severe economic ramifications where 6 people died, and I'm going to ask some freaking questions, and I don't need permission from the left to do it. But I don't want to be led astray by people claiming our mantle either, jumping to the conclusion either, hey man, here's what happened, it's definitely an attack. Because you know what, if it turns out not to be, then these morons on the left are going to use it against you forever. Well, what do we care what they think? I don't, but the third party does, ladies and gentlemen. I can't use that argument on you and then deny it the other way, too. There is always a third party listening. Always. Always. And it is important that we get this stuff right. You got to balance these two equities here. Never jump to conclusions not based on proper input. If your inputs are wrong, your output is 100% going to be inaccurate. And you will never be given leeway again. They will screenshot your tweets and you will be made to look like a fool. And there's always a third party listening. But don't fall in the other trap either, where morons like Rolling Stone, who had to pay millions in defamation for making up a story in this rape case, and also wrote about here's a headline of Rolling Stone, a timeline of the Trump-Russia scandal. The Trump-Russia scandal never happened. They wrote a whole story on it.